Now it's Ingram. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They needed a lot of yards there. They run it and come up just a little bit short.
Yeah, and give a lot of credit to the defense because they didn't back off and play so loose that there was room to run. They were right there and stopped it for no gain, even in a long yardage situation.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Darnold now to throw. Forced out to his left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. 7.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Well, the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. And Brown's got it for a Jets touchdown. Daniel Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Second and 6. At the 32-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he goes out right around the 39. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
46 to Mike, 46.
Now Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, first-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Zoom, zoom. 41's coming, 41's the mic. Let's go.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. This will be caught by Brown. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. 40, 22, check.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Bring it. 41's the mic, 41's the mic. Check, check, check.
Throwing is Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And Darnold wants to throw the football. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. After the interception, here's Darnold. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Jets, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.